Welcome to the Progressive Action TV show. I am your host, Tremel Thompson. And Lord, do we have a whole bunch of things to talk about today. You know, this was a wild weekend for New York City transit workers, bus operators, for buses in particular. I know everybody heard about the bus operator being attacked on the bus, stabbed on the neck. There was another issue on a G shuttle in which I am going to talk about. But like I said, man, thanks for tuning in today. Progressive Action News. What I need for you guys to do is share out the live. If you feel like donating to the platform, you could donate via right there. You see where's that? Right there. The Cash App, $ Progressive Action 100. And we're going to jump straight into it because we got a lot to cover today regarding videos. First thing I want to talk about is, yes, I got my certification from the Harvard Business School online for leadership ethics and corporate accountability. Now, like I mentioned to you guys before, one of the reasons why I went to go get that certification was because I was thinking, I cannot be bugging. Not at all. The union got to be crazy. The MTA got to be crazy. And within my first 2 weeks of taking that class of leadership ethics and corporate accountability, it was pretty clear to me that I was on the right side of history. And with the MTA doing to us ethically, as far as them having accountability, as far as their leadership, they have some serious problems. And not only them, Local 100 does also. So what I'm going to do in a future show, I'm going to break everything down, what I learned, and compare it to what's going on with the MTA. So I just wanted to update you guys on that. Now, yesterday, before I get into that, let me put this back on the screen. The phone lines are open, 563-999-3714. So if anyone have anything to say regarding the topics that I'm going to be talking about, call in, let your voice be heard. Now, on the last show, I was talking about checks and balances as far as the union is concerned and how they release people, and the e-board need to have a say on who's released. Now, there is a mechanism in place where there's supposed to be some type of checks and balances. And I want to put this on the screen for you guys to educate you on what's supposed to be happening. So in section 16 of our bylaws, part C, when it comes to releasing people in the union, the written approval of the executive committee shall be required before any member is taken off the job to work for the union, except that in an emergency, a member may be taken off the job with the oral approval of the president. Now, what's actually happening in practice is that all of the approvals are being done by the president, whether it's an emergency, whether it's not. Now, I still think that the e-board should have a say in who's being released or not, because it's out of control. The executive committee consists of all the executive officers, the top 11, maybe the VP, the top 11 for sure. Top 11 for sure, right? So it's obvious that one or two things is happening. They do not know the bylaws, which is alarming within itself, or they are down with the corruption, in which I believe it's both of them. They corrupt and they do not know the bylaws. Wait, before I continue, let me see something real quick, because I got a habit of doing this. It's been happening the past two shows. Let me see. Yeah, we good. I got to make sure that the sound is working, because the last two shows, the sound was like, it wasn't working. It was my fault though. But yeah, so one or two things are happening. It's either they do not know the bylaws, or they down with the corruption, or both, right? Whichever one it is not good. So I'm expecting the e-board members next e-board meeting to ask for these written approvals of all the release officers and everybody that they got released. That's what the e-board is for. You guys need to be our checks and balances, but 99, I would say like 99.9% of the e-board is down with the administration. They corrupt, they not questioning anything. It's go along, get along. And we're going to see who's the sellouts. We're going to see who's down with the corruption, because I'm going to have someone from the e-board bring this up. Let's get into some more news. Let's talk a little bit about congestion pricing before we get into what the title of the show is about, the bus operator being attacked, because we're gonna examine that to a whole nother level. I want to play a video regarding the congestion pricing, because we must pay attention. Who is our enemies when it comes to congestion pricing, and what is their motivation? So let's check out the first video.
Congestion pricing now! Congestion pricing now!
People gather at the Broadway Junction station in Brooklyn, condemning Governor Kathy Hochul for putting a temporary pause on congestion pricing. Ethan Fine takes the subway to work.
I was looking forward to having the subway start to be refurbished.
Fine was one of the several commuters at the rally organized by the advocacy group Riders Alliance.
Fixing the subway is one of the most urgent policy issues in New York. Congestion pricing is the keystone to fund the MTA.
People at the rally say congestion pricing is necessary to modernize the city's mass transit system, improve elevators and accessibility, new signals, cut back on city traffic, pollution, and emergency service response times. The toll was set at $15 for cars to head into the congestion zone below 60th Street.
Making people who drive the cars responsible for what they are doing to the streets.
Organizers say they specifically chose this station for this rally because of all the upgrades it needs, including elevators instead of these steep stairs, and it's a transfer point for 5 different lines.
You have riders that are connecting to the A train. They need to get to the airport, the Rockaways, JFK. They have luggage, and it's really important for them to be able to get on at this station. And there is nothing that takes you from this ground level down to that platform but stairs.
On Staten Island, a rally was held against congestion pricing, criticizing the governor for installing the infrastructure and then announcing the pause.
We still have the overhead scanners throughout Manhattan that they wasted $500 million on.
There is no proposed date on when the temporary pause will end, and causes tension on both sides. In Brooklyn, Justine Ray, New York 1.
Now, I want you guys to pay attention to what's going on here. There was 2 different rallies, like they said. One was in Staten Island. The other one was in East New York at Broadway Junction, right? Now, this is why I don't subscribe to politics as far as political parties is concerned. Because check this out. The Democrats are the ones who actually want congestion pricing, and the Republicans don't want it. Right? So now picture your own party is willing to sell you out. Riders Alliance and them, they are Democrats. Those people in Staten Island, they were Republicans. The Democrats are trying to destroy the working class, right? Because this is what they acting like. They are acting like the MTA do not have enough money to make these upgrades in that they trying to do. The truth of the matter is that the MTA wastes so much money. They throw away so much money that they're not being held fiscally accountable for their actions. Riders Alliance want these upgrades to come on the backs of New Yorkers, the people who work in the city and the people who live in the city. Let's be clear on that. Everyone knows I do not agree with Kathy Hochul. I believe Kathy Hochul stopping this or pausing this is a political calculation, right? Why do we, the people of New York City, have to foot the bill for congestion pricing? It makes absolutely no sense. The MTA get more than enough money to fund these actions. Now, I want to point something out to you guys. I want to play a video from Richard Davis regarding congestion pricing. Let me make sure that I have it. Let me see. I don't have that on there. Matter of fact, let me do it like this for you guys. Let me do it like this for you guys. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it live. I'm gonna share the screen and play it live for you guys. Let me do it like that. Let me see. Share screen. Let me say that. All right, let me play the video. Check it out.
They talk about congestion pricing. Congestion pricing would be great if they add more service. They're not adding service. They're adding nothing more. So if you don't add service, you add congestion pricing, what do you think is going to happen next? The public is going to get frustrated and start assaulting our members again. This is it's a ripple effect, it's a domino effect. It is not good right now how Jan Lieber and MTA is managing.
Now, he said, this is what the president of Local 100 said, Richard Davis, that they not adding service, they not doing this. Sir, did you not read the flyer that y'all put out supporting congestion pricing? How are they supposed to be adding all these things if the whole premise of congestion pricing is to get the money so they can add these things? If that's the case, Richard Davis, why did y'all put out this flyer? It's pretty clear what it says. Congestion pricing will generate billions of dollars for necessary improvements. Here are just a few examples. Hundreds of new subway trains, a modernized signal system, thousands of new buses, renovated stations with elevators, revamped bus routes, more frequent service. Richie, once again, how are they supposed to add service prior to getting the congestion pricing? This is a flyer that you guys put out. For one, why y'all would support congestion pricing, period, is beyond me. That's beyond me. You guys know more than anyone that the MTA got more than enough money to make these improvements. They don't give it to us in contracts. They don't spend the money properly. They throw money away, right? But you guys, just like the Democratic Riders Alliance, well, let me not put that on. I don't know if they Democrats or not, but they associate with a lot of Democrats and not Republicans, right? But you associate with all these different groups, right, that want to tax the working people of New York City, which includes your members, because up to Kathy Hochul pulling the plug on it, you guys didn't have an answer to how you was going to sell this back to your members, besides saying, oh, now we don't agree with it. The flip-flopping is real, baby. The flip-flopping is real. Now, before I get into the let me make sure it's right. Before I get into the bus operator being stabbed, I want to show you guys a video of a bus crash on a G shuttle. Check it out.
If he wasn't there, he would have hit all them cars there.
G shuttle right now. I'm on a G shuttle right now, and look what the fuck happened. He fell asleep behind the wheel.
He lucky he wasn't in the bus. The guy wasn't in the bus.
No, it's so good he wasn't on the bus.
Well,
So right now, that's nothing on him. He's parked, waiting online.
no, but it would have been IOD and had a summer off for that shit. No.
Oh, dang.
That was on the G shuttle. Someone crashed into the back of a MTA bus. Now, we all know how the MTA, how they conduct themselves when it comes to their employees. They look to blame the employee first before blaming anyone. That's just how they do things. They look at it, if was this accident preventable? I hope that the bus operator is okay. But yeah, the shuttle work on in New York City Transit yesterday was pretty, or this weekend, I should say, was pretty crazy. Now, this is what we all here for today. We're here to discuss about the MTA bus operator who was viciously stabbed in the neck and could have died. right? This article says MTA bus driver stabbed in the neck during dispute in blood-covered Brooklyn scene, right? When is enough going to be enough? And I'm talking to the union administration. When are you guys going to do something about these assaults? Because all of this pointing fingers at the MTA, at the DAs, is not working. You guys have a responsibility to protect us the same way the MTA does. And guess what? You guys are not doing that. Now, this is a picture of the aftermath of the scene, right? This is absolutely insane what we're going through here in New York City Transit. We are being gaslit. We're being flat out lied to. And we're literally on our own out there. Literally. Just to remind you guys, the phone lines are open, 563-999-3714. We are literally on our own out there. And I'm going to actually play the video for you guys of the bus operator holding his neck. Check it out.
Bad is bad. It's gonna go. Bad is bad. It's gonna go. Bad is bad. It's gonna go.
Pretty wild and crazy. Now, for what I understand, that bus operator was operating a 3 shuttle in East New York. And from what I heard was that, you know, on shuttle stops on the bus don't make regular stops. And sometimes passengers do not understand that. I mean, we even see that on a train. When the train is running express or is running some type of special service and the people not paying attention or listening to what the stops are or looking at the strip maps, when they go past they stop, they do get a little belligerent. So from what I understand on that bus, the bus wasn't making the regular stops that passenger was used to, and that passenger attacked the bus operator, right? Now, this was the MTA response on the incident. The MTA says that no passengers were injured during the incident. There are currently no arrests. The MTA is only focused on passengers, people. That's it. That's it. We've seen stories, we heard stories, we see incidents of workers getting injured or hurt or attacked on work, and the MTA question their workers' comp. But when it comes to the passengers, that's their top priority below service. Service is top priority, then passengers, then maybe the workers. That's that. Let me get to the first caller of the show today. Make sure everything is all good. Caller 7003. You now live on Progressive Action TV. What's your name? Where you calling from? Caller 7003. Can you hear me? 1 2 1 2. Caller. I guess the caller couldn't hear. But yeah, matter of fact, let me it's all good. That's pretty wild and that's pretty crazy. Now, there was a rally in 2022, in June 2022, right? Where Richard Davis made a proclamation and said that, well, I'm not going to say his words for him. I want you guys to listen to what he had to say.
I think we're going to have to do a bigger rally
coming up and making sure that we shut down the 5 boroughs.
Spread the word, spread the word.
Oh my God. Richie, use your TA service voice. What are you doing?
So, what are we? Union. We're going to fight union. We're going to eliminate every single angle of an assault possible that we can. We're going to make sure we come here safe and go home safe. So, as one TW, thank you, JP. Thank you, everybody here. Thank you all. Commissioner, thank you. So, how the job you guys are doing today? Activists, I think we're going to have to do a bigger rally coming up and making sure that we shut down the 5 boroughs.
Spread the word, spread the word.
Oh my God. Richie, use your TA service voice. What are you doing?
So, what are we? Union. We're going to fight union. We're going to eliminate every single angle of an assault possible that we can. We're going to make sure we come here safe and go home safe. So, as one TW, thank you, JP. Thank you, everybody here. Thank you all. Commissioner, thank you.
Richie said he was going to make sure that we come home safe, right? He said that he was going to shut down the 5 boroughs. We haven't seen any of that. And let's not act like this was the first assault since he said that. There has been plenty of assaults since Richard Davis made that statement. So, Richard, why haven't you shut down the city yet? Why aren't you making sure that workers are going home to their families the same way they came? You see how you guys' lies catch up to you? And not to mention, not one elected union rep is holding him accountable for his actions. And they are just as guilty as Richard Davis. This is a fact. They are just as guilty as Richie Davis. Now, before I get into that, let me try this caller one more time. Before I get into the next thing, let me try this caller one more time. Caller 7003. You now live on Progressive Action TV. What's your name? Where you calling from? 7003. Let me do something. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me do something. Let me see something real quick. Hold on.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Hold on 1 second, guys. I want to reconnect the phone lines. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm gonna go without the phone lines today. There's too much craziness going on. Matter of fact, let me see something. Let me see something real quick. Let me me do this. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me see. Redo it. I know people got some things to say. Let me just redo it. All right, let me see what's going on here.
Welcome.
All right, I should have it back working right now. Let me just hook up my Bluetooth real quick and see what's going on here. See what's going on. Yeah, so, but look, they are so used to lying to us. That's their main thing. The only thing they want to do is just lie to us. That's it. That's it. He just want to lie. He just want to lie. Now, like I said, some people was out there. Somebody made some post, and at the rally, they put pictures of me holding on to Richie and JP, because at that time it wasn't about no division, but they ain't put it in the context. I made them feel very uncomfortable with this speech right here. So let's check it out.
We got the power.
Who got the power?
We got the power.
What type of power?
Union power.
That means a lot to me, right? And I'm standing here with people who I speak a lot about. I talk a lot of stuff about some of these reps here. But it's not more important than the issues that we standing here stopping traffic for today. Because the people who make up these rules get us assaulted. They don't hate us as individuals. You know what they hate? They hate that MTA patch, right? They hate us standing together, banding as one. They don't want to see this. The truth of the fact is that we are stronger together. We must understand that. We are stronger together. Now, I'm going to be short because y'all watch me on my show all the time. Y'all can see me there speak. But when we say we going to shut it down, the shut it down start with you guys. I just wanted to be clear. We can't shut it down until y'all shut it down first. So when y'all tell us the buses can't pull out, the trains can't go out, that's not our call. That's your call. So the only thing we don't want no virtue signaling. What we say, we gonna mean it today. Because the next one that we have, this city should be shut down. We gotta tell them today was practice. This is practicing today.
That's right.
Tomorrow, it's showtime. There's not gonna be no next time. I thank JP for putting this together, and we must forget the politics. I don't care who like who. I don't care who don't like me, who don't like them. When it comes to these assaults and us being violated, we must stand together, and we are one. We are one. There will not be another Edward Thomas. Never again. And if it is, guess what? We gonna shut this motherfucker down.
Period, sis.
All right, listen up.
That's what leadership's supposed to look like. See, they think I don't know what people I tell the people, I tell them to their face, we can't do nothing unless they call the shots. That's why they elected. They call the shots. And then we follow. That's why we elect them. We elect them to be our collective voices. Not to do management's bidding. Not to do these politicians' bidding. We elect them to be our collective voices. And we can't shut nothing down unless they want to. Let me try the phone line one more time. Let me try to get this caller on. Caller 7003. You now live on Progressive Action TV. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's going on, bro? I'm a bus operator, Matt Stoller. I want to remain anonymous.
That's cool. What's on your mind?
I remember that rally for the video that you just showed. I was there that day. I remember that. I remember the speeches that you did, JP, Richie Davey. Everything that happened that one day, it was cool. Everybody felt the vibe. Everybody felt like everything. I remember going to fall into place after that. But as we clearly seen after that, there has been way more assaults than there should have been. There shouldn't have been none without somebody taking some type of action, whether it would have been the union or MTA themselves. But since there's been so much more assaults on bus operators, conductors, we can clearly see that MTA doesn't care about us. And at this point, I don't think the union does either. So if the union doesn't do anything, I don't even think that there's anything MTA can really do so that we can be protected. And so I feel like everyone has the right to self-defense. So it's beyond the point where now we have to take our self-defense into our own hands.
I agree with you 1,000%, right? If they not going to protect us, they should give us the green light to protect ourselves. Because even with that bus operator that got stabbed in the neck over the weekend, there was a discrepancy of he may have gotten out of the seat. Now, that's one of the most stupidest things that I ever heard. Who's going to sit in the seat and allow someone to attack them? One of the first things to do if you feel like that you're going to get attacked is that you're going to get out the seat, right? Unless you don't anticipate. Yeah, go ahead.
You got to fight back if you get an assault. You can't just feel trapped and not do anything. You're going to get seriously hurt if you don't defend yourself.
That's a fact. I mean, any animal that feels like that they're going to be attacked, they do something. A cat will arch his back. Dogs will bark, right? What humans do, humans get into a defensive posture. And that defensive posture for most people, whether they know how to fight or not, is to get up and be aware of what's going on. You're not going to sit in the seat if you feel like there's a threat. So even for the union to even be promoting that, to say, oh, he probably got out of the seat. What kind of defense are you giving us to defend ourselves? Like, that's one of the most stupidest things I've ever heard of.
Say that? Exactly. It's real easy for anybody to say that when they've never been in that position themselves. Nobody knows what they're going to do in that position until it's them in that position. But what is it that you think that the union could do to actually make some real change regarding this type of situation?
Well, I'm going to tell you like this, and I'm glad you asked that question. That's a great question, right? So we have the Taylor law. So the first thing that the union is going to use to substantiate why they can't do anything is because of the Taylor law. They go be like, well, we can't do no job stoppages or whatever the case is. Let's look at history as a whole, right? Not even Local 100. Let's look at slavery. Slavery was legal at one time. In order for us to win our freedom, we had to break the law, right? Now,
That's a fact.
What is the union afraid of? You have to break the law. You have to break the Taylor law in order to get the attention that we need with these assaults. Let's look at what they did yesterday. They was at the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Why, if you're going to be at the parade and millions of people is going to see that parade, why didn't you make flyers from the night before addressing the assaults? You feel what I'm saying? Right? What it was, if you wasn't go do a rally at the bus depot or a rally across the city that very next day, or go to the accident scene and create a presence to show that what is being done to workers is wrong, Why didn't you had a whole bunch of people there from the union, a whole bunch of released officers there. You had the international president, you had the mayor, you had the governor, you had a host of politicians. Why didn't you make a statement at the parade with signs addressing the assaults? It's called a silent protest. We don't have to talk about it. You just see it. Right? He didn't do any of that.
Yeah, but the mayor and the governor, they don't really care about us. Like, even these Democrats on the DA, they don't even want to convict criminals. So why would they convict a criminal that assaults us? Drastic change is not going to happen without some type of rebellion. And I think it's time for us to make that type of rebellion happen.
I agree. I agree 1,000%. At some point, the members have to take actions into their own hands as a collective. I mean, I just did a assault rally. A nice amount of people came out, but we should really be shutting down the city, shutting down Lower Manhattan, shutting down these bridges and amplifying our voices, because with the Teller law, this is the penalty for the Teller law if the union was to violate it. The president will probably go to jail for a maximum of 10 days, which Richie Davis already said. I got to find a video where he said he's not going to jail for anyone.
10 days is nothing.
Yeah, right?
That's a risk worth willing to take. 10 days is nothing.
Right.
That rally that you mentioned, was that the rally where you was wearing a bulletproof vest?
No, I did that by myself to make a point that that we need protection, because think about this, the state just made it unlawful for transit workers to have bulletproof vests. Like, you can't go buy a new vest. If you had a vest from before, you're good, but you can't go, nobody could buy you a new vest and you can't sell a vest. Why isn't the union pushing for legislation to at least include transit workers? Right? Whatever it takes to make us feel safe at work, because people go be like, well, what a vest go do for your head or a neck wound or something like that? People just want to feel safe.
Some type of protection.
Yeah. People just want to feel safe, right? Now, back to the Teller law. The Teller law, the union president would get a maximum of 10 days in jail. The union would get millions of dollars worth of fines, whatever the judge set it to. And we could possibly lose dues checkoffs. Now, I find it pretty insane that the union would allow the MTA to collect our union dues. I think that the collection of union dues should come from the union themselves. I don't think the MTA should be collecting our union dues. And for the MTA to threaten the union with, well, we ain't gonna collect your union dues no more, as a result, if we violate the Teller law, I find that to be crazy. That's something that we should be doing anyway. If the MTA is collecting our union dues, then the MTA also knows how much money that we actually have and what we spend it on. Right? The MTA could check the LM2s the same way that we can. Right? But at the end of the day, when you see the MTA, when you see the union is not challenging the Teller law, and I'm talking about challenging it with shutting things down, we go have to violate the Teller law. We go have to, in order to get the attention and create the change that we need.
Violate more than that.
Yeah, for sure. We got to hold these DAs accountable.
More than that gotta get violated.
You said what?
Yeah, but Letitia, what's her name? She don't care, bro. She don't care about black and brown people.
Who, Letitia James?
Yeah, isn't that the DA? Is she the DA? She's somebody.
Yeah, she's the Attorney General of New York. She holds some accountability too. But guess what? I just seen John Samuelson said that he would support her for governor. Right? When all of these politicians, the governor, the Attorney General, the mayor to some degree because he's in control of the police, the union, they all have some type of responsibility of protecting us, and they are not doing anything at all. Anything at all. Like you said, you was at the rally at East New York Depot. You heard what these reps said out of their mouth. We must have had at least 20, 30 different assaults since that rally, and they have not done anything they said in that video.
And they kept saying throughout the whole day, one more assault, shut it down. Ain't shit been shut down yet.
Every single last one of them said that. And I ain't gonna lie, I thought that they meant business. I thought they meant business that time. But one thing about
it sounded good.
It sounded real good. It sounded real good. It sounded amazing. But they dropped the ball. You got to have the final word.
All right, so the last point I want to make is that some operators already taking steps to put protection in their own hands. They taking steps to make sure that they will protected when they're at work, either on the trains or on the buses. They're carrying stuff on them just in case if they do get assaulted and they need to protect themselves. I'm not going to say what they carry on them, but whatever that they carry on them, I fully support that.
There you have it. There you have it. Thanks for calling in, bro.
No problem, bro.
All right. I don't want the MTA going to these different locations, flipping over people lockers and what y'all got in there. But look, it's a result of nothing being done. People want to get back home to their wives, to their children, to their mother, to their father, to their loved ones. People want to get back to them. And when you see nothing happening, you don't see nothing happen legislatively. You don't see anything happen through the justice system. You don't see no type of fight back from your union. You don't see no type of cooperation from the MTA. You are going to take matters into your own hand. Now, I want to give a shout out to Gleason Bus Operator Beverly Bolden. I want to play the video. She decided to take action the day after the bus operator was stabbed in the neck and almost killed. Check it out.
We do not come to work to get assaulted. We do not come to work to get abused. We come to work to go back home. No more assault on transit workers. No more assault on transit workers.
She's an operator too.
We move New York, but we won't be moving it. Y'all keep abusing us. Y'all keep assaulting us. Enough is enough. No more assault on transit workers. There is no reason we come to work to get assaulted. We want to go home the way we came. No assault on transit workers. Stop abusing transit workers. No more assault on transit workers. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. We are tired. We want to go home the way we came. No more assault on transit workers. Enough is enough. We are tired. We are tired of getting abused. We are tired of getting stabbed. We are tired of getting spit on. We did not sign up to get abused. We did not sign up to get attacked. No more assault on transit workers. We want to go home the way we came. No more assault on transit workers. We are tired.
She is 100% right. Shout out to Beverly Bolden, right? And it feels good to see people want to take individual action to go out there. She was moved to not wait for anyone, to not go through the politics, to say, I'm going to create a sign. I'm going to go into that community where my fellow brother was assaulted, and I'm going to let my voice be heard. And guess what? She don't even have 3 years on the job. But the people who want to lead us, the first thing that they brag about, oh, I got 30 years on the job. I got more time on the toilet than you got in the seat, right? But they have no experience in activism, how to protect us, how to amplify our voices. All of the amplification of our voices is coming from people who are not elected and people who don't have a lot of time on the job, right? Why wasn't the union administration out there protesting? Why? But I guarantee you, they probably tried to co-opt her movement and say, yo, why you ain't call us? Let us know that you was going out there. You know, we got to stand. Cut it out. Because they ain't doing a damn thing. In fact, this is what Richard Davis, this was his response for the assault. Richard Davis, president of TWU Local 100, said, the safety of our drivers is non-negotiable. This violent attack on one of our own is an attack on all of us, on us all. We will not rest until the assailant is brought to justice. The union urges all members to remain vigilant. An investigation is currently underway, and authorities are reviewing surveillance footage gathering witness accounts to identify and apprehend the assailant. Our thoughts are with the operator and his family during this time. There was not one sentence there that spoke of the action of what he's going to do as president to fight back. Not one statement in there. But he wants y'all to remain vigilant. That's what he wants y'all to do. He wants you guys to remain vigilant because he has no plan. None whatsoever. And like I said, this assault happened on Saturday. He puts out a statement on the internet, the easiest thing to do. And then the next day, he's at the parade doing this.
Right? What do you have planned for these tributes?
Well, there's a nice little feature that I don't think is there yet.
No,
it's coming up. Right? And it's just
been kept up by right? What do you have planned for these tributes?
Well, there's a nice little feature that I don't think is there yet.
It's coming up.
Right? And it's just lovely because
That was Richard Davis in the white suit and the red tie. Sooner or later, I'm going to get better footage, but I just wanted to blow it up on him. There was not one sign that spoke on the assaults of transit workers. We need better protection. But he was making sure to be out there with Local 100 signs. There's probably a dozen pictures of him with politicians. I'm quite sure it's going to surface sooner or later. But not one silent protest at a nationally televised event to let the world know, to let the nation know how transit workers are being treated. Yeah, the biggest transportation system in North America are getting assaulted at record numbers. And our union president is not doing a damn thing about it. That caller that called in, he was amazing. He had some valid points. He asked the right questions. And if anybody else want to call in, you could call in 563-999-3714. But once again, we are on our own. We are being gaslit, bamboozled, tricked by the people who's supposed to represent us to the fullest degree. Every single rep is silent on the action of what should have happened after that bus operator was stabbed in the neck. Every single rep is silent. They have no plans to do nothing, right? Because doing something is holding the MTA accountable also. And they have no plans to do that. None whatsoever. But guess what? They fun to drink with. They fun to party with. Some of you females find these guys attractive. But they could get you days off. They could violate seniority for you. They could get you nice buses. All right? That's what y'all care about, right? These guys are useless. I know y'all heard the saying, they can't fight themselves out of a wet paper bag under any circumstance. It's disgusting. It's embarrassing. No longer should they be saying we are the strongest union in anything besides selling the members out, besides not knowing how to fight back, not being activists, not being intelligent, not being logical, being afraid, being scared, being cowards, negotiating on your knees, kissing behind. That's what you guys should be described as. And members, we have to wake up. I mean, literally, a bus operator was almost killed, and our union leadership, along with other officers, was at the Puerto Rican Day Parade as if nothing happened. Not one sign on one of the biggest stages that the city sees throughout the year. This is embarrassing. This is despicable. Now, what I need for you guys to do, if you're watching on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. I think I'm like 7 away from 6,000 subscribers. That's a huge feat for us. I think when I started this year, I may have been at 3,000. So we're doing real great in the subscription. I'm only 7 away from having 6,000 subscribers. Make sure to share out this video. We have to start educating one another through this platform. Enough is enough. They are selling us out like never before. And guess what? Richie and them, they not alone on this. We have people that's running for president. We have people promoting slates. Where are they VPs at? Where's that presidential candidate at to show that they are a viable option? Where they at? The fruit is so low off the tree right now. Anybody could win for president. It's right there. You just got to show that you're not them in action. And it's done. The members are tired of them. Richard Davis was one of the worst decisions that this union has ever made. And the person who's responsible for him is Tony Utano. And the problem with Richie is Richie have no guidance. He has no one around him to say, no, that's a dumb idea. That's stupid. Why would you do that? This is what you need to do. He don't have that. He has yes men around him. He has people that's more worried about their release time than representing the members. Because guess what? None of them, not one of them, none of the elected officers would be here if the members did not put them there. None of them. And people are more loyal to their release time, more loyal to an entity that don't care about the membership. And if you're not coming to the members and letting the members know what time it is and what's really going on, you are also a sellout. You are also a sellout. Where are the people that's supposed to be loyal to the members? The membership put them in office. Richard Davis did not put them in office. The vice presidents did not put them in office. The members put every single last officer in office, and none of them is reciprocating loyalty to the members. They are only reciprocating loyalty to the person who's controlling their release time. Where is the reciprocation of loyalty to the membership? Who's doing that? That's what I thought. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Definitely, if you're watching on YouTube, help us get to that 6,000 subscriber mark. And if you're feeling what we got to say here, you could donate via Cash App, $ Progressive Action 100. Hold on, before I go, we got another caller. Let me see who this is. Caller 2807. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi. So I'm a station agent, and I'm calling from Brooklyn. I'm just trying to, because I'm watching it live right now, and I want to be educated. You mentioned something about a law for the union, and I want to know more about that. What does it entail, and how does this thing work where, like, we're all from different departments, everybody seems separated with their own union rep, but like we're all getting assaulted in one form or another. Just like with the bus operator that just happened, not too long ago on the 8th. So if Richie Davis is not doing what he's supposed to, what can we do as people to like come together besides protesting? Like, who can we go to? Because he's the president and he's not doing what he's supposed to do.
For one, that's a great question, by the way. For one, there's plenty of ways that you can hold them accountable. One, you could go to your union meetings and let your division officers know, let your vice president know that, look, if the president is not doing what he's supposed to do, then why you guys are not telling him what he's supposed to do? Because we looking at you guys as one. If he's not doing what he got to do and you guys not representing us properly, then guess what? We're not going to vote for you guys the next time around, right? That's one way to handle it. The second way to handle it is to join what they call us dissident groups. Join groups like Progressive Action and other fighting groups in the union and stop going siding with the go along, get along game of the status quo. Now, you mentioned the law that I was talking about. I was talking about the Taylor law. So the Taylor law, what I was referring to regarding that was that any type of job action or strike, as they call it, the union could be held financially accountable for that action. And my position on it at this point is, well, guess what? The law has to be broken in order for us to get the changes that we need. Something have to happen. Service have to stop. That something needs to happen. Richard Davis said that we're going to shut down the 5 boroughs. If that's the case, then he must stand on his business. He said that. Nobody didn't make him say that words. He said those words. And all the elected officers that represent us was there co-signing that. For some odd reason, no one is holding him accountable for that. Right? Nobody put words in his mouth. I played the video. You guys heard it yourself. Right? No, he didn't own up to his words. So you want to know what? When someone don't own up to their words, what does that make them? A liar. Who wants to operate around the liar? That controls how our contracts is being negotiated. That controls our mass membership meetings. That controls our mass rallies. That controls our healthcare. That negotiates our health insurance, our dental, our work rules. This guy's a liar. Not only is he a liar, but he also has been accused of beating up his ex-bus operator girlfriend. And he also has been accused of sexual harassment. We have the worst leadership as a president ever. And guess what? You in stations, your vice president is going along with that. Robert Kelly, because is he coming back telling you guys otherwise? He's not saying anything. He's going along to get along because he's a part of that administration. He's a part of that slate. He's running with Richard Davis next election. So you guys in stations as a collective must say, hey, look, we're not going to vote for Robert Kelly. We're going to vote for somebody else that's running because Robert Kelly is down with Richard Davis, and Richard Davis is one of the worst presidents, if not the worst president Local 100 has ever had. And Robert Kelly is going along with him. We must get rid of both of them. That's how that must go. Every department must think like that. Every single department must think like that. How much time do you have on the job?
6 years.
6 years, right? So it's crazy that you're learning this information for the first time through me and not your elected reps. Where are they newsletters at? Where's the dissemination of information that we should be getting every month after e-board meetings? Who's reporting back to the members as to what's really going on behind closed doors? Us as members, we must wake up. We must hold them accountable and vote them out. This is an election year. Normally, they try to sell us hopes and dreams. We're not going to allow them to do that this time. They're going to have to stand on business, and they're going to have to show us what have they done these past 3 years to earn our votes.
Absolutely.
Well,
are you gonna run?
I'm not sure yet.
I'm
I'm eligible to run. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna tell you that I'm going to do something, and the members just have to stay tuned.
Got it.
All right.
Got it.
Any more questions?
Man. So, the woman who was protesting that I saw in the video, is there a link up to her where other people can join her in that sense of like boycotting? That's what she's doing? Or is this just a video that's just being viral and there's no way to protest it?
No, I think that they starting to take action with her. I seen pictures right before I started the show of her out there with like 3 other people holding signs. So her name is Beverly Bolden on Facebook. In fact, in my group, I had tagged her. I tagged her to her post. So you could actually reach out to her, get in her DM and ask her how can you be an assistant and go out there with her one of these days and make something happen.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for the information about the telelaw. And I'm going to just stay in tune with what you're going to do because you definitely will have my vote.
I appreciate
Everything else is smoke and mirrors, and that's what it seems like since I've been here. Just smoke and mirrors. They tell you one thing, and then they throw you to the wolves with management. So people feel like they can't fight back, that they can't defend themselves in any kind of way. I don't get paid to be abused. I don't show up to work to be harassed. I give customer service. That's what my job details. And the fact that it's to a point where station agents can't even say anything back without getting suspended or getting written up is just insane. I never worked at an establishment where you really, the rights are just being taken and then they just smile in the news like they're doing their job, but they're not.
You're right, 100%. 100%. Well, thanks for calling in, and just stay tuned to what's going on.
No problem, love.
And you'll get more information.
I will. Definitely I will.
All right. Peace.
All right. Thank you. Keep doing the good work, love.
Thank you.
Too.
Thank you. Let me go to the next call. I was supposed to get out of here, but let me get to the next caller. Caller 5620, 5620. You now live on Progressive Action News. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, how you doing? My name is Michael. I'm calling from home right now. I'm on my RDO, but I'm on Signals Department.
Signals. Good to hear from Signals. How you doing? What's on your mind?
All right, good, man. I don't want to keep you too long. I just want to throw my 2 cents in. I just had a question. One, I heard you talking about the dental and the benefits and stuff like that. I just wanted to know if your union updated you on the change of dental before we got those new cards in. Because our union didn't do anything. We got kind of blackballed into our dental's changing over last minute, and we got the new cards sent in.
Can you explain? Because I'm not aware of that information. Could you update us?
Yeah. So our old dental got switched over from
It was
I
HealthPlex.
think we're part of United now, but yeah, from HealthPlex, because apparently I guess they bought them out. But so essentially, just we got our new dental cards in, and we just got no information that things were going to be switched over. We got the new cards in from the union, and just going through the whole dental process now with this new dental that we have. We're getting terrible coverage all over. A lot of places not accepting our new dental. I just wanted to, pinball from just the little thing that the union is just not doing for us, man. And I mean, I've been in Signals for 8 years, and I've been to Signal union meetings, and every new meeting I go to, there's less and less people on contract negotiations. That union meeting right before the contract, I was one of 2 people that showed up to try to fight to see what was in the union's head, to see why we're getting such lowball contracts lately, and their excuses for the little things that we were getting. Oh, we're getting $2 million invested into our dental, things like that. When all it equaled out to was like a few dollars extra per person on the whole thing. Just trying to get an understanding of how this could possibly change, because as the years go on, there's a lot of complacency in my department, at least. There's not a lot of togetherness. We don't stand with one another. We don't show up to the union meetings anymore. And even when it comes to fighting for, who's the president, the votes and stuff, over the years, there's less and less people voting. So I'm just trying to just bounce off ideas, see what your opinion is on the whole situation. I don't know anything outside of Signal, so I don't know how you guys are doing over there. But yeah, it's just very hard, because when you try to speak to our union's not really, getting involved in anything that's going on with the assault. Nothing. It's just, talking about overtime, this and that. But any serious conversation you try to have with our union, it's just not there. And then when you try to talk to them about things, there's really no help involved into it. And I'm not one of the guys that voted for you, panel. I voted for the other guy that ran against him, Silas, or I forgot the gentleman's name, and our union told us that it was a landslide victory for Utano, and we got the numbers of who voted, and there was hardly anybody from our department voting. So I'm just confused on how we're going to try to get past this and see, how we can make this union better and stronger like it used to be, because it's a shame. It really is. This is a great job. I love my job. I love what I do, and it's tough right now.
Do you you have Facebook?
No, I don't have any social media.
What I would like for you to do, if you can, a matter of fact, is the number that you called the show on, is that your personal number?
That's my personal, yes.
Let me stay right there. I'm gonna send you a text. Just let me know if you got it.
Okay.
Hold on one second. Because the energy the energy that you're talking about is very important, and I would like to work with you to get you activated and involved, especially the Signals department, because that they rely on the Signals department for votes. A lot of them, the Signals is very important. Yeah, Signals is very important. So yeah, I just text you. Did you get it?
Yeah, I did.
All right. Just respond back. Text me your name so I can lock you in, and I'm gonna build with you sometime this week. I got the response. I'm gonna be in contact with you. Maybe today. I got a whole bunch of meetings for like 4 hours, starting from 4 o'clock. So I'll try to get back to you today. But thanks for calling in, and we need to discuss those things. And thanks for bringing up the union change to dental, because I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, like I said, we got no information. They just got our new cars, and And every dentist office I've been calling to try to get acclimated to my new insurance, they call me back and say, we don't take this insurance.
Wow.
And even on the website, when you look up who takes that insurance, every number I call, first page, second page, no, we don't take that. We don't take that. Every time. And the union, no one said nothing to us. It's just, I'm just amazed how this information doesn't come out to us. I mean, I pay union dues. We pay you. This is what you're supposed to do. And it's like the important things are not important. So it's just amazing to me.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right, man. Thanks for calling in. I'm gonna try to take a couple of more callers before I get out of here. I'll holler at you later.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Have a good one.
You too. Caller 3864. You now live on Progressive Action TV. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello, I'm calling, and I'm going to remain anonymous.
Okay.
I just honestly feel that we can't be divided. Can't be divided in this madness. And we do have to hold people accountable, but we have to hold them accountable to the point where we voice our concerns and we make them change and we make them do what we need. I was reading something on YouTube, and one of the guys said, it's tier, we have to get rid of tier 4. To an extent, that may be true, to an extent. But I really don't believe that, because tier 6s are, they yes men too. You know, they are yes men too. They, you know, when we shifting and things of that nature, here they go, trying to move in buses in an hour. When there's contracts to say, we only supposed to move a certain amount. You understand? So I agree with what everybody is saying, how we got to do this and do that. But everybody got to stick with their guns. You know what I'm saying? They have to stick with what they know. They have to read this contract. They have to understand the contract, and they have to hold people accountable with this contract. You know what I'm saying? Because if you read the contract, if they really read it, they would see that the own language could cripple them, could cripple transit. Their own language could cripple them. You know what I'm saying? And these assaults, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I cannot stand and let somebody assault me. I can't do it. I won't do it. I mean, but it's sad because we, the operators, are the bad guys when we stand up for ourselves. You know what I mean? And they can have a clear picture of what happened, and we are still held 110% accountable of a situation. I mean, we go to de-escalation, and that is a pure bullshit to me, okay? Because you can't de-escalate something when somebody comes in and they're already upset about something. When somebody, you know, their day is bad, they didn't get that job and they see you, you know what I'm saying? It's already in their mind that they're mad. And you can't, you know, you can say nothing and get assaulted. So, you know, what are we are not punching bags. We are not punching bags. And I just, you know, holding people out and not paying them pending investigation for months on end because, you know, a person defended themselves. This is ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous to me. It's sad. You know, it's really sad. And I'm hurt by it. Don't get me wrong. You know, I feel the union is doing what they do. You have some union reps that have been there for years. When I say years, I'm talking about 25, 30, 35 years. And they know their job. They know their job. You know what I'm saying? But it's sad that they may have to, how do you say, leverage one thing to another or one person for another. You understand? That's not how this shit should go. Not how this shit should be. And I love my job. I love my job, but I refuse to let me or anyone else go home in a body bag because of this. Even sitting in your goddamn seat, you're going to get attacked. Look at the bus operator who was operating the bus, and he had to fight the guy off. The guy pulls him out the seat. He's still in his seatbelt now, and he's trying to fight the guy off, but the guy was determined to fight him, to beat him, to assault him. The people, they came up hesitantly. They only came up because they thought they was going to crash. They didn't come up and try to calm down, calm the situation. They came and they freaking came when it was too late. Thank God they weren't on a bridge. Thank God they weren't somewhere. He just crashed into a building or into the back of a car. You understand what I'm saying? But what the hell is going on in society? I think the whole world is going crazy. And it hurts. And I'm hurting. I'm hurting for these city workers that are on the front line with no hazard pay. We should be getting hazard pay. We should be getting more money than we getting because we have to deal with it. But that's all I want to say. That's all I want to say. And I want to say to my brothers and my sisters that are listening, stand strong and stand together because it is so many more. It is so many of us that we need to come together and we need to make shit happen. Excuse my language, but I am passionate about this shit here and we have to make shit happen. Thank you.
I got you. Thanks for calling in. I almost forgot to do this, guys. This is the suspect from the bus that stabbed the bus operator in the neck. That is the suspect that stabbed the bus operator in the neck. Well, once again, shout out to everyone who's supporting the platform. If you liking videos, if you sharing videos, if you subscribe, if you donate into the platform via Cash App, $ Progressive Action 100. If you want my Zelle, hit me up personally for my Zelle information. But if you supporting the platform in any which way, shape, form, or fashion, whatever way, however it's said, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is the only platform where you're going to get information from, period, continuously, consecutively. This is the only platform that's going to keep it real with you, right? That's going to tell you what it is. That's going to point out the smoke screens, the technology, the 3-con Monty. We're going to point all that out to you, right? We're going to keep it 100. When they do something right, we go show you they do something right. But even when they do things right, it's still a sleight of hand process with it. And we're not just going to go for that. If they not go do right by us 100%, we rocking with them 0%. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.